Welcome everyone to the Military and Monetary YouTube channel and the fantastic Tbilisi, Georgia. First museum stop on this trip is the
Stalin Underground Printing Museum.
Yes, a rather obscure museum and not a lot of information online, no regular opening hours, so we're simply going to go there
And knock on the door and see if the man who runs it is at home.
Let's hope for the best. All the places that propaganda printed in Tbilisi was distributed to, even Stockholm.
Hotel. Tunnel 5 meters. Stairs is secret typograph machine. Reclamation 20 Not sure.
Don't fall down. 17 meters down to reach a tunnel.
Which was 8 meters long and then up 15 meters to secret basement.
Tunnel is stairs. Stairs in. Very good. Can we have lunch here? Тут сигнал. Свой сигнал, это стоп, машина стоп, полиция. In the navigation, so she. Pedal. Och sen, okej. Where is one machine? Look, other way, downstairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. The machine in Germany.
Ja, gud.
Aha.
26 years old.
26 years old.
Yes. What? 47. Oh, 47. Stalin еще был. А тут туристы. И Австралия, и Азия, и Европа, Америка, и Аравия, и все вот тут Европа.
And that, everyone, was the Stalin Printing Museum. What do you think about it?
They just started the printing press. So, no, but seriously, it was fantastic, interesting. And I'm so glad that they keep it this way. No fancy stuff, no iPads, no sounds. You just look at old stuff and you get the history.
It's very authentic.
Very authentic.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's obvious that the owner of this museum sympathizes with Stalin and the whole history behind it. But either way, it's a fantastic museum. Well worth a visit. Not the easiest to find, but lucky enough, he was present and could give us a guided tour. Okay, off to the next.
Yes.
It's extremely hot.
Luckily we have some water left.
Okay, next stop on the museum tour is the Museum of Soviet Occupation. And one thing that's fascinating me here in Tbilisi is the fact that there are no signs. There is no way to find a museum unless you have Google Maps.
We have tried to ask in hotels, bars, restaurants. We even asked the police, and they don't know anything about any museums, about what we want to see. So I think in order to really enjoy Tbilisi, you must have Google Maps, which means that you must have your roaming on, even though it's expensive. But you can't manage without it, because we have spent an hour now looking
buy
for
a
this.
SIM card here in Georgia so that you have mobile surf. That's the only thing we can say, because needless to say, we have walked in a lot of circles today. The Occupation Museum, what's your opinion?
First, it was hard to find because it was a part of the National Museum in Tbilisi.
And that's important to remember, it's not a museum of its own.
Secondly, it costed us in our currency around 150 pounds to get in.
A bit expensive, yes, of course. The Occupation Museum it's the complete contrast of the Printing Museum. The Printing Museum is in a way idolizing the story behind it, and Stalin as a person and communism as a political belief, while the Occupation Museum is much more nuanced. Still a great museum, a bit difficult to find. I would have liked a bit more of uniforms and items.
I think also as a visitor you should know that the focus to 95% is prior to the 1980.
Yes.
It's mostly about the 20s and the 30s
Exactly.
and stuff, so it's there. Georgia, and today we're going to make a very exciting excursion.
Yes, we're going to Gori, and most of you probably know what name is linked to the city of Gori. It is, of course, the birthplace of Joseph Stalin.
Yes. And also in this city they have the museum over the Great Patriotic War, which, interesting enough, is not situated in Tbilisi but in Gori.
Yes.
So it tells you a little bit about the importance of this town, I think.
It's going to be really interesting. So, let's go catch the bus.
Ja, Matuszka.
Ja, här är de. Och så står det... And we finally made it to Gori. Wasn't the easiest, to be honest, to find the right minivan or Matrushka.
But the old guys helped us to find the right way.
Yeah, it's
Quite.
the bus station at Dubai is quite chaotic, but we made it. We're here, and first stop is the famous Stalin Museum. Let's go.
Video ninja. Video ninja. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Precis.
First room is kitchen. Second room is room of communications. Then comes 2 bedrooms for Stalin's bodyguard. The last one is Stalin's bathroom and bedroom.
Değil değil boylu postu değil. Kürkünü gördün mü? This is Stalin. Tamam fotoğraf. Damn, you had a bathtub in the tray.
And dining room. Sorry, I will open this door. Okay.
We felt the need for a quick beer break after this, what do you say, Stalinistic overdose.
Massive overdose. Luckily enough, they sell the good Georgian beer, Zedazeni, just in the Stalin Park,
Yes,
which is situated like 25 meters from the hotel. No, the museum.
too much beer. What do we say about the Stalin Museum?
Very, very interesting. Worth every dime to go inside.
Yes.
And we also paid for the guided tour, which was quite informative, I think.
Yes, a recommendation, take the guided tour because there is not a lot in English,
And
to be honest.
also be here quite early in the day, because now, a couple of hours later, the groups have expanded and become quite big.
Yeah,
So
a lot of tourists here,
we were quite alone when
Yes.
we came here.
but the museum itself is really interesting.
Yes.
And of course it's obvious, this museum is built to idolize.
But at the same time, they had a part of it,
Yes.
quite small though,
Yeah.
but with some pictures regarding the occupation and
Yeah. So
they try to balance it, I think.
they have tried to balance it, and they should have credit for that.
Yeah.
But you need to see it for what it is. It's a Soviet museum idolizing Stalin. Still a lot of interesting artifacts.
Very.
So, what's next?
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll
Cheers.
move on to the Museum of the Great Patriotic War.
Yes. And we're back at the same pit stop. We've been to the Great Patriotic War Museum.
Yes.
Opinions on that one?
It was a war museum, but whether or not it was great, I don't know.
It felt
And actually on the door it only said the war museum.
yes,
So,
it did.
yeah.
On Google Maps, the Great Patriotic War Museum.
Yeah.
It's a really Soviet museum.
a lot of old dusty cabinets with uniform details and an extremely big amount of pictures.
Yes.
Black and white pictures. So,
all that you want in a museum. Basically nothing in English, but still interesting. You have a lot of items, medals, uniforms and so on. So it's worth the time, absolutely. And then we wandered up the hill to the Gori fortress. And that, on the other hand,
in 36 degrees Celsius,
yes,
and they didn't sell anything up there.
there was
If they have sold beer, I would have paid twice third amount of
absolutely,
this,
there was absolutely nothing up there.
Nothing
Of
to
course,
see.
a great view of Gori, but not a single letter of information,
No.
nothing. So to be honest, maybe it's good enough to see it from a distance.
I think so. Take
I
a
think so.
picture. Yeah.
So let's drink this and get the matrushka back to Tbilisi. Jag fotar bara nu. Kolla grishuvudet där.
Vet de-
And we're back at the hotel. One of the primary things that we're looking for when traveling in Eastern Europe is, of course, the flea markets.
And there hasn't been one single one that we have seen so far.
No, Tbilisi is not the best place for flea markets. We had quite a rush earlier this morning. That's the reason why we haven't filmed anything so far.
And the reason was that we went to a metro station called
Gori.
Yes, and at this place you could see a lot of shoes, flowers, clothes and stuff, but we have read somewhere that they also had an antique area.
And the thing is that the Samgori antique, what do you call it?
Antique fair.
Antique fair.
Yeah.
It's only open on the weekends. And today is Friday, our last day in Tbilisi. So we thought Friday is at least half weekend. So we went and we actually found,
Some stuff.
yeah,
that you can see.
We did.
Probably.
So quite a great haul. Today is the last evening in Tbilisi. So, what's up tonight? We're going to Dry Bridge. Much more tourist inspired flea market, but we're gonna visit it. And then we're going to the castle in Tbilisi. And then we're going on the train to Yerevan.
To Yerevan in Armenia.
Here. So hot. Look, this one, this one, and this one. You see?
Opinions so far on Dry Bridge?
So far, a couple of bargains.
We're not going home empty-handed.
No.
But they drive a really hard bargain.
Yeah.
So you should do as well.
It is a bit expensive, but if you buy stuff you really want, I think it's worth it. Actually.
Absolutely. It's not crazy prices, but still high prices, so drive a hard bargain.
And it's 37 degrees Celsius right now.
Time for a beer.
Svenska. Den här är ganska fin i och för sig, men...
A second update on the Dry Bridge flea market. To be honest, it's really not that expensive as I thought. When you read online, especially on collectors forums, it gives you a picture that everything here is super expensive.
Super touristic.
It's super tourist, yes. And in a way, of course, it's tourist, but it's a little bit expensive. But if you drive a hard bargain, it's not that expensive, to be honest. I bought a couple of Soviet posters, really great ones, and I didn't pay much more than 10 euros for them. So, to be honest, we need to give these guys a little bit of cred, because it's not that expensive that people tell you online. At least not, that's my opinion, of course, but I've been in the collector's business for 15 years, so it's a great flea market.
After the beer, we will go back and buy instruction poster regarding the handling of a Kalashnikov.
Posters.
A poster, and that will be 8 euros.
8 euros each.
So
It's not.
I think it's quite
expensive.
fair actually. I think it's quite fair. Yeah.
Until later. Now beer.
Discount. Baba.
Едно от захет, есе и местат нелеко, есе захет. Захет, да не те.
سمحت ما تمسكنيش. طب انا خايفه ماما، انا عايزه استمتع.
قربي شويه كده من الازاز. قربي كمان يا ماما، ما تخافيش مفيش حاجه.
Vet du hur man gör det?
Nej. Jo. Going up to the castle.
Or no castle. One should say.
You're going up to the castle, but then there's the stair to go around it. But all you do is going down.
And then up.
This was a horrible idea.
Time to go.
The view is nice though. You have the castle up here. But how to actually get inside of it is highly unclear. Apparently, you were able to go up there.
There.
There, exactly, because we saw guys there.
But you can't.
Apparently, you're not supposed to go there. They simply risk their lives to go there. We're not gonna do that.
Or maybe they didn't, but it was fucking
it's
hard work to go
It's
there.
fucking long way down. So we're just gonna enjoy looking at it and then go back down. So this is the last tour of Tbilisi.
Yes, we're in the cab towards the train station in order to leave Georgia and go to Armenia.
Yes, the second part of this journey to Yerevan, Armenia. I'm really looking forward to it.
It will take us around 10 hours to go with the train.
Yes. Some people say that going by bus is much more, it's better, so to speak, but we felt that taking this train instead of spending another night at a hotel and then spending the 6 hours on a bus.
So this way we can use the night traveling, sort of.
Exactly.
Because we hopefully going to sleep.
Yes.
Drink some beer and sleep.
Exactly. So, let's see if we get there in time.
Det är mycket spännande här, så jag älskar det. Så,
Så, ska behöva ligga och spara på den här dessertrösten. Det vinkar som drottning.